I'm in a groove state of mind. 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 I'm in a groove state of mind.
Quiero tequila, señor, por favor.
I'm in a groove state of mind. Moving all the time. No excuses and no blame. Stepping up my game. I'm a groove student, yes I am. If you I know I can. Read my master plan. I'm grooving, yes I am. I'm grooving. Oh, I'm grooving. I'm moving, yes I am. I'm moving. Oh, I'm moving.
Quiero
I'm
tequila,
moving,
señor, por
yes I
favor.
am. I'm moving. Oh, I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am. I'm moving. Oh, I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am. Groove makes it inspires me. The bump boost and day free. I'm dancing in my dream. Working at the scene. I'm feeling groove-licious. You know who I am. Now is my time to have a groove state of mind. Oh, I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am. I'm moving. Oh, I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am. I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am. I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am. Come let it go. Rise up and we go. There's magic in the air. I feel it everywhere. I've got my groove on. You know who I am. Now it's time to have a groove state of mind. Oh, I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am. I'm moving. Oh, I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am. I'm moving. Oh, I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am. I'm moving. Oh, I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am. Time to bust the move. Get me your own beat. The groove where life can go so sweet. Grooving got my back. Moving to me. There's magic in my mind. I'm grooving all the time. I'm grooving. Groove, 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 groove. I'm grooving. Groove, 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 groove. I'm groove, 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 groove. I'm grooving. I'm grooving. Oh, I'm grooving. I'm grooving, yes I am. I'm grooving. Oh, I'm grooving. I'm grooving, yes I am. I'm grooving. Oh, I'm grooving. I'm grooving, yes I am. I'm grooving. Oh, I'm grooving. I'm grooving, yes I am. I'm grooving, I'm grooving. Oh, I'm grooving. I'm grooving, yes I am. I'm grooving. Oh, I'm grooving. I'm grooving, yes I am. I'm grooving. Oh, I'm grooving. I'm grooving, yes I am. I'm grooving. Oh, I'm grooving. I'm moving, yes I am. I'm moving. Oh, I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am. I'm moving. Oh, I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am. I'm moving.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to day 2 of Groove Asia's 5-day challenge. We're going to get into it with membership magic. That's the topic of this week. My name is Karen Allen. I am the Chief Program Officer here at Groove Asia, and I'd like to welcome you to learn more about Groove Member for taking the initiative. We know that you could be anywhere in the world and doing anything today, but the fact that you're spending your time here with us, we do appreciate it. And that's just part of our way of helping you to get to where you need to be or where you want to be by providing these 5-day challenges and these trainings on your Groove app platform. So today, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Nick Lacani. With a dynamic background in community building and a track record of digital innovation, Nick is a force to be reckoned with. From revolutionizing Toastmasters International during the COVID pandemic and guiding sales teams to impressive takeovers, Nick's expertise spans diverse fields. Now today, Nick is going to be our mentor today. He's going to be training us today, and he's empowering entrepreneurs. That's what you are, and that is his goal here today, to empower you to systematize your business for online success. Now, with Groove Asia, he set to launch training courses aimed at propelling attendees towards financial freedom. So get ready for an energizing journey with Nick, where passion and expertise converge to shape success. So come on down, Nick.
Thank you very much, Karen. Thank you for your wonderful introduction. Hi, everybody. Welcome to day 2 of Membership Magic. Now, one of the things I want to just explain to people, if you don't really know me, Karen gave me a wonderful intro. Thank you again, Karen. And one of the things that I wanted to point out was that not only do I come from a tech field as a technical director of a software company, a technical trainer, a consultant before that, but also before that, I was actually a college lecturer. What that meant was that I actually taught adults and youths as well, from 16 to 19 years of age. Therefore, not only have I got the tech side of things covered there, but also from the education point of view, that's my real love, actually, is to help people develop. And this is why I've actually gone through and on purpose, I've actually set out courses and communities as a big thing for me in Groove Asia. And this particular membership module is key to this, because this is where the courses are kept. All right. So therefore, you know who I am. You know a little bit about my background. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what we're going to cover today. Let's take a look at my slide on here. One of the things that I want to do, let me just get the right, there you go. Right, hopefully you can hear me right now. Now, one of the things I want to do is to take a look at my slide on here. And today is about navigating course creation. It's about creating the courses. All right. First of all, we're going to look at the, what we did yesterday is a recap. Well, really, we didn't do much, did we? What I did say was, get your images ready, get your PDFs ready, get your slides ready, get any other things that you want to put into the course ready. Audio clips, links to videos, links to external websites, things like that. Whatever you want to go in your course, I want you to get ready, okay, and collect. Now, what you'll be able to do, I'm going to show you an example of how to create the courses, and then you can follow on your computer either now or immediately afterwards. There will be homework. Therefore, we're going to build your first online course today. You may have done it before. I think it's quite straightforward, but then, I don't know what it is for you. If you've had a go at it, please let me know into the chat. And by the way, if you're live, like Dr. Lisa and Tyra and a couple of other people, so please put in #live into the chat and also ask any questions as you go along. Today we'll be covering a number of things, and I don't want to lose anybody. Okay? So first of all, we're going to
briefly, in an outline manner, we're going to design the course itself, okay? A little bit of the flow. I'm going to explain the kind of things that you can do with it and what your mindset should be when you're thinking about the design as well. We're going to take a look at the structure of the course with modules and chapters and lessons, and I'm going to explain that to you not only in words but in graphical format as well. I'm going to look at the content flow. So for example, I'll take a look at one of my existing courses and show you some of the things that are in there. Okay. We're going to go and create a lesson from scratch, and we're going to go and create a course itself. Okay, so I'll give you some examples with that as well. That's what we're going to do today. Now, the other thing is that I'm going to give this a little bit of context on here. Do you remember we looked at yesterday the GrooveMember? And yesterday we looked at the planning side of things, and I said, yes, get your branding and assets and so on. That's great. So, for example, tomorrow we're going to be looking at the portals and the membership sites down here. So portals and membership sites. Now, what I said is the reason I'm doing online courses today is that the online course gets created, and then we can create the membership sites and then house the courses in the sites. All right? That's why we're doing it this way. And also, when you say to somebody, hey, I want to create my own course, well, they want to get their teeth into it and create the course first. Okay, that's fine. That's okay. Now, there are some downsides to this. If you don't plan correctly, and if you focus too much on the details of the course, you'll get down so many rabbit holes that then the technical aspect will be so overwhelming, perhaps, especially if you're not so technical yourself already. Okay, therefore, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to create almost a bare bones type of a course and the structure of it that you can then build upon. But we want to get the structure down first. All right, that's what we're going to do today. And one of the things that we want to do is to make sure that you're confident in using the app. Now, is today going to be easy? No, it's not. Is it going to be difficult? No, it's not. I think it depends on where you come from. No, just kidding. I think today is straightforward in that although I'm going to take you step by step, compared to like the Groove pages or Groove funnels that we've discussed before, I think that this has got less moving parts. But today, the more important part, I seem to be having a theme like this on my live streams today, it's about mindset. Think about what should you be thinking about when designing the course. That's the interesting thing. All right. Therefore, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you again on a screen. This is the kind of course that we're going to create. Okay, so let's take it from here. Now with this, if I zoom in, and we're going to call this my online course. All right, and in there, notice I've got modules 1, 2, and 3. Imagine I've got 3 modules in my course. And you can do this, by the way, on any kind of software or app, or even on a plain piece of paper. No problem. I just want you to design it, the structure of it, so that it makes sense to you. It's like having a book, and if you don't have a contents page, how do you know what's in it? How do you segment it? How do you cut it up into sort of logical chapters or modules or lessons? How do you chop it up? So it's just a way in which the human mind can take a certain amount of information and be able to actually take it on board, to absorb it, to understand it, to distill it in one's mind, and then make sense of it. There's no point in giving 50,000 words in a box and expecting somebody to understand it. It has to have some structure. That's what I'm going to show you today. Therefore, For example, the first example I've got here is, let's come to this side. I've got a module which is going to be split up into different chapters, and each chapter has got some lessons in there. As you can see, if I just break that out, look, again, they've got lessons in them. So the lessons is where the information is. These are your words, your videos, your links to other programs, your links to slideshows and other downloads. The lesson is where the meat of the course is. But the structure is within this idea of having a course, a module, chapters, and then lessons. Now, that's a lot. Therefore, the flexibility the Groove gives you is that, okay, if you've got a very intense course and if you've got a lot of lessons in there, you want to organize them in a certain way. And also the other reason for organizing them, let me come back to this. Remember what we said yesterday, start with the end in mind. And if you've got 3 different levels that you're going to sell, so silver, gold, platinum, then it helps if your courses are segmented, right? So imagine that with the silver membership, you get the first chapter on each of these modules. Great. And if you go to platinum, you get the first 3 chapters in the module, in all of the modules. And for the platinum, you get the whole lot. Imagine that. Okay? Therefore, that's why another reason why we need to segment and organize in a logical manner. Right? And this will become apparent over the next couple of sessions that we do this week. Now, in terms of the modules, the chapters, and then the lessons, if you've got a quick course, then perhaps that's a little bit of overkill. Therefore, let me show you another example that you can do. With this, notice there's modules and chapters. You don't, sorry, I'll repeat myself. There you go. Module 3. Okay, so therefore, what you can do is to actually say, right, well, you can have a module, you don't have to have chapters. Therefore, I'm going to just add in lessons. Lesson 2 and lesson 3 and so on. You get the idea. Now compare this with this structure. Okay? Module, chapter, lessons. Module, lessons. What you've done right there with that structure is you've taken away chapters, which means that your structure is simplified. It's very straightforward. If it doesn't need to be complex, then don't do it. If you've got a 50-page book compared to War and Peace, you're more likely to have a simple structure to it with the 50-page book as opposed to War and Peace. Okay? Therefore, normally I would suggest we start off with this type of structure where we're going to ignore chapters. All right? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to create an online course. We're going to have we're going to start off with 1 module, and we're going to create 3 lessons. Okay, so that's the aim. Let's take it away now. If I go to my Groove dashboard, let's go into it. Now with this, you can see that we're going to go to GrooveMember. Let's go into that. And yesterday, we had a look at instructors, didn't we? And I told you to add an instructor in there. That's important. Add at least 1. Then, what we did was, if we go back, go into Files. Let's go to Files. notice that you can upload PDFs and PowerPoint presentations and other files. Let me show you again. It's very straightforward. Upload a file and then say, right, what name is it? And I'm going to call this the AI, let's have a look, the AI course checklist. Brilliant. Okay, my fingers do work. What category is it in? Well, I've not created categories, but it's fairly simple to do that. Okay. So in here, I'm going to select a file, or I can drag and drop one in. Well, let's go to select. Let's go to my downloads folder, and let's see. AI tools checklist right here. Okay. And then upload file. Can you see on here, AI course checklist? That's the actual file name. Therefore, you won't get confused as to what file you're looking at, as long as the file is named as to what it is. And obviously, you've got category name, size, number of downloads, etc. Now, here's an example. And so this is something that I'm going to show you on here. I was just testing this out earlier. Okay. Right, just ignore what I'm just done there. Okay, let's try it. Okay, now, that's my downloads page. I'll pull that out the way for now. When you look at files, the way in which you can test that it's worked, and you can actually send an email with that link to somebody. Take a look. Drop down list, copy URL. If I go to an empty tab, paste it in, press enter, that shows that somebody can download this file. Oh, okay, download, click. So if you send an email with this link in, you're not sending the file itself, you're sending a link to this site, and it's gone and added into my downloads folder, as you saw a minute ago. So there it is right there, okay? And so if I go back to my downloads, and look, there it is, 17 minutes past the hour. That's the actual document that's just been shared with me. All right. Actually, this is an AI checklist. This is a Canva color chart. So if I just open to it, I just renamed it, but you get the idea. That's my PDF. All right. And you'll see that later on as well. Now, let me close that. Therefore, it's easy to add files. Very simple to do. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to skip portals. Remember I mentioned that yesterday? We're going to go straight to courses. Right, courses, here we go. We are going to create a new course. This course, if I click on add course here, and with this, we're going to put the course title. So I'm going to call this the 5DC AI Tools course. Description, course to help people learn how to use AI. Okay. Now the sales page on that, well, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put Groove Asia CM as the sales page onto that. I'll explain that in a minute. Okay. And done. Okay. All right. Instructor, well, pick the instructor. In this case, it's Nick. However, is it Fred as well, who's going to be doing part of the course? Oh, maybe. You can click on multiple instructors. All right. Category, in this case, I'm going to call it, I've got categories on this, so let's call it Groove. And a featured image. Well, let's go and choose a featured image. Let's go down and see what we're going to do. There we go. There's my little robot round there. Now notice that it actually, I don't know whether that's visible, and it actually says roughly 720 by 405 pixels. Okay, 720 by 405. When I click on choose and I go and find my little robot and then click on the three dots and crop, that's only 200 by 200. Well, let me see if the other one's bigger. Let's find my little robot, crop, and that's even smaller. Brilliant. Okay. Now this is the as I'm showing you, it's very good to be prepared. All right. Let's try it again. And let's go with this first one here. That's fine. All right. Therefore, it's recognizable when you see it. Are we happy with that? Yep, I'm happy with that. Save. Now, after a few seconds, it goes away. It creates the structure of the course. It asks you, what template would you like to use? And what happens is that the default one is template 1. Template 2 is still in beta. All right, so don't use that right now. This has already been pre-selected, and we can do a preview of it. Let's click on preview. That's what it will look like. That's what each lesson will look like. Okay, that's not bad. I'm happy with that. And on here, if you want to customize it, then it goes straight into editing the structure of the template. All right, now let's leave that as it is. I'm going to go out of it. So this toolbar over here, back. All right. Now, that's our course there. Can you see it? Top right hand corner, it says draft, whereas the others say published on there. Okay? It says draft. The next thing is, if I go to the picture, it's got edit course there. That's fine. I'm not going to click on that just yet. And if I go to this one here, this button on the left hand side, that is to clone the course. Okay, did you get that? That is to clone it, to duplicate it. Therefore, if you have one particular type of course that is the structure of which is, yep, that's the one I want for the next 5 courses, then before you start adding too much content into it, or even afterwards, you can clone it and then make changes to the second one to reflect 2 different courses. Now, this gear icon is a settings page, and these are the settings that we put in earlier on, right? So, yeah, that's fine. That's okay. And if I want to update anything, I can take out an instructor, I can update the sales page, and so on. There's a number of things. Template settings, and template settings are by default in there. I'm not going to touch it right now. We will do a little bit more of that probably Thursday or Friday. Okay. Now, let's go to edit the course. Now, as you can see, this is the actual course. Now, let's look around the screen. What are we looking at? This one on here, that's the file, that's the course that you're on. Okay? And green means that it's currently saved. Any changes you've made are currently saved. Then the arrow moving to the left means go back to the course list. Now, do you recall this type of buttons here? Have you seen that before? In pages and funnels, different sizes of screens. So this is for a desktop machine, this is for a tablet, and this is for a mobile. This is what it will look like on these different types of devices. Okay, very easy to use, very nice to set up. And what sort of theme do you want? Do you want a light theme on here? Okay, or do you want, actually that's not, for some reason that's not available there. Okay, that's fine. And then whatever changes you make, you can just save and then carry on making changes to what you want. Okay, now on the left hand side, there's a little toolbar, and I'm going to go from bottom to top. So this button here is back. Go back to the list of courses. Settings. Settings, look, general settings. This is the title of the course, similar to what we just saw a minute ago. And if you want to make any changes, you can make them here as well. Change the picture of it. Okay, I can go and change the picture if I wanted to. All right. And in this case, I'm not going to make any changes on that. Template settings, again, similar to the settings I just showed you a minute ago. Yes, absolutely. And again, we'll do a little bit more advanced work. Probably won't have time today. Probably do it on day 4 or 5. Label settings. These are the labels. So, for example, view lesson, completed, and so on. So these are pretty standard. Right now, leave them alone. They're good as they are. All right. Now, the next one is the templates. And again, this is something that as and when more templates become available, you can go in and change them at will. That's fine. Again, keep with what you've got, template 1. That's fine. Now, this is the most interesting one here. This is where the blood and guts of the chapters and modules and lessons come in. This is what we call the outline. All right. This is the outline view. And like a hierarchy, like the hierarchy which I showed you on my graphic, you have a module, you have a lesson, you have chapters, you have a lesson. There's all sorts of things in here. All right. Now, remember what I said. I'm going to get rid of the chapter. Now, notice that lesson is indented below chapter. That means if I delete chapter, it will also delete this lesson. Be very careful, ladies and gentlemen. If you delete a lesson accidentally, well, that's good practice. You can do it again. Be careful. I'm going to click on the 3 dots and I'm going to go to delete. Are you sure, Nick? You won't be able to revert this. There's no undo button with this. It's not like Microsoft Word or a Google Doc. You can't undo it. Yes, delete it. Am I sure? Take a breath. Yes, I am. Okay. Now, the lesson below the chapter disappears. Now you have a module and a lesson. And here, where I've got my structure, that's what I'm going for. I'm going for 1 module and 3 lessons. Okay? Now, do I go in and duplicate these lessons? Or do I add new lessons? Well, you can add new lessons. If I click on the plus sign here, and notice that it will give me a new lesson directly there, because you can't have anything below a lesson. Where you've got a lesson, you click the plus next to it, it'll create a lesson next to it. Okay, but if I go to module and click on the plus sign, it gives me the option to add another module, to add a chapter, or to add a lesson. Now here, I'm not going to do either of those, any of those. Here, what I'm going to do, I can click out. I think this the streaming is affecting my menus a little bit. Okay, now in this case, what I'm going to do, all right, let's just come back out and then let's go back in to edit. All right. Therefore, let's go to outline. That's the lesson I've just created. And on there, I'm just going to go and click on the 3 dots and delete it. And I'll explain to you why in a minute. Are you sure? Yes, delete it. So you're left with 1 module, 1 lesson. Here, what you want to, and there's a welcome there as well. Okay, there's 3 dots, and then let's go and edit the welcome. Well, this is a welcome module, and it appears at the start of the training. And on here, we can actually say, welcome to my AI course. And live long and prosper. There you go. Somebody's been watching Star Trek recently. All right, now this is a banner here where it says welcome, and it says image on the right, image on the left, or image in the background. Well, you know what? Let's put an image on the left here and show the banner as well. Save. Now it's got an ability for me to add an image here. Now this purple thing is actually quite nice. I quite like it. Now if you wanted to add a welcoming picture, you can go to edit and oh look, let's put a picture in here. Let's put a butterfly. Yeah, that suits me. Select. Ta-da! That's my welcome. Right. So obviously you want a picture that is congruent with what you're doing. But for me, what I'm saying is, hey, welcome, people of the world. It doesn't matter what sort of species you are, you're more than welcome, and you're going to learn about AI today. That's it. Very straightforward. And with this, what we can do is we can go and have the fabulous time learning all about AI. Okay, that's it. Very straightforward, very simple. Okay, now with this, if I go down, it's got one module and one lesson. All right, so I'm just going to go back to this one here. Let's go to module. And with this, again, you can have a banner with the description in there and so on. Well, actually, what you could do is to edit the module and say, no, I don't want to show the banner. And save, like that. That's what it looks like. And there's your lesson. And with the lesson, I could go and edit this. And the image is that, well, I'm going to change the image. Let's put this one here and select. And again, this is lesson 1, introduction. And again, this is my description. Okay. Save it. And so you can see the picture on the right hand side here changes. Now this is the lesson. Look, you see the breadcrumbs here? That's the location of where you are. Lesson 1, introduction. What's the video headline? Well, this is an online course. We assume you're going to have some sort of video to show. Okay? Therefore, here, I'm going to put AI tools, an introduction. And here I can put in welcome to my course. And here I can put in more text, or I can just delete it from here. That's fine. All right, you get the idea. Now, with the video, I want to put the video in there. But I don't have a video. Well, actually, I do. Hang on. Let me just save this. And if you go to the edit button here, oh, look. It looks for my videos. And there's video number 1, introduction, which I've got prepared earlier. I'm going to show you how to do this in a minute. Okay. Let's select it. Select. And ta-da! And there's me as a 44-minute introduction. Wow, who knew I could talk? Now, so that's a 44-minute introduction as a video. That's the first lesson. Okay. Now, if I play it, now you won't be able to hear the sound because I've not attached the sound onto this, but it will just go like this, and it will go through the slideshow and any other demos that I'm doing. Okay. Right, so that's a video that you can just test there and then. Okay, now notice the rest of the lesson on here. We've got instructors. We added 2, didn't we? Right, that's great. That's fine. This picture we added. Also, we've got plus signs on here. Things like, I want to add a PDF section. Do you remember what we looked at a minute ago, the PDF, the Canva one that I did. Add a PDF. Oh, look. Pick the PDF and select. Now, what this does is it gives you a preview of the PDF right here. So somebody can not just download it, but they can actually open it up and they can click on this button to download. They click on this one to print, zoom in and zoom out as well. Okay, you get the idea. There's a number of different things that you can do with this, and it's all flexible. Okay, like that. What else can we add on here? We can add in another video. We can add in a checklist. So, key lessons include finding the right tools, and on here we can actually put in subscribing to blogs, add another item, and so on. So you get the idea. You can put in a number of bullet points in there. All right, what else can we include? An accordion. What is that? Well, an accordion headline is, for example, things to take away. All right. Therefore, if I go to on here, let's just go to description, and if I paste in a certain piece of information, okay, so let's have a look right here. I can put in first lesson. I can put in any text in there. That's the idea. And then close it up like that. That's what it's called, an accordion. And if you have a look at websites like Squarespace, like WordPress, like a lot of them, they have this feature, the accordion. Very nice, very, very, very useful. What else can we add on here? Checklist, accordion, audio clips. I said to you we can do that. A download. Well, let's add a download. So download this now. And then add an item. Well, the thing I want them to download is the video one slide deck. Now, I can have it in PDF or in PowerPoint format. In this case, I'll say just PDF is fine. That's okay. Oh, actually, no, let's go to slides. That's fine. Select. And what it's got is got the ability to go and download those PDF, those slides that accompany this lesson. You get the idea that this is your lesson one, and you can got different types of content that you can deliver. Okay. Well, folks, is that a lot? Did it blow your mind, or were you underwhelmed? Now, I want you to take a step back. I want you to think about the type of information that is there that you can share. Now, that's only some of it, by the way, right? I've got a client who loves the quizzes after each lesson. So what she did was she went and got a what's that software which does quizzes, which I've forgotten right now. Okay, it will come to me later. But she has a link to the quiz that she's created for each lesson, and gets people to actually go and take the quiz, and she sees the results of it on that app. Okay, there's a number of things that you can do with this. You can have external links to separate websites or Facebook groups or other places to go to. There's a number of things that you can put in there. You can put in a whole load of text. Now, here's my question to you. Okay, so I don't know if anybody's got the answer to this. Write it down. if you have the number of people out there in the world, how best do they learn? Okay, so what is the best? Give me examples of how they learn and which is the best one. Therefore, we have the ability to speak, the ability to write and then they can read it, the ability to have audio clips so they can hear it, the ability to not only see something on the screen, but also to hear it with your ears as well, or something else. What's a good way to get your point across? All right. So one of the things that we want to do is, hopefully somebody comes back to me on that. In terms of Karen, I'm going to ask you in a minute, by the way. All right. I want you to think about this, because when I showed you that screen where I was doing the structure, okay, let me show you back on here. I mean, what is this? This means nothing. But when you start putting in things like this, intro to AI tools, and you can also put in, for example, some text on here as to go through available tools and ... So what you have is you have the ability to plan out and say, right, what is the person going to receive? Okay. So you can say, right, go through tools and enable download of checklist. If I could spell. What that means is that you've got an action or the benefits of somebody being in that class, in that lesson. What are they going to get from it? Okay. That means that think about what your client, what your student is going to consume, how they consume it, and how best they can consume it. Therefore, Karen, do we have any? Do you have an answer for which is the best way that people learn, or majority of people?
Well, the majority of people, as I know, visually, I'm a visual learner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I like to be told, but I also like to do. I'm a visual person.
Yes. So you want to be tactile as well. Yeah. So right. Perfect. That's exactly right. Now, it depends on your target audience. For me, did you realize I was visual, Karen?
Oh yeah. I like
Well,
that.
you can tell, right? You can tell. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate that. One of the things that for me, and the reason I have all these little things that go up, I even have a vision board with things that I write up there or put on post-it notes and move things around. And I need to see things from a holistic point of view. I need to see the bigger picture. Now, not everybody's like that. Some people are quite happy to read a 500-page book. Fine. Then what you do is think about your content, think about your target audience, and then match the two up. Therefore, if you know that every single person that is there is going to be some sort of, it's going to be a PhD or above, chances are they won't be so happy seeing lots of visual stuff with Uncle Nick over here. They want to see papers with really well-researched papers that make sense and are logical, and they can read and make sense of it. Now, if I send that to a bunch of 12th graders, it's not going to work, is it? It's not going to work. Therefore, think about your audience. Think about how they learn. Don't just focus on one piece of communication or one piece of information to give them, like the visual. Give them visual, give them auditory, give them something that they can write, to read. But also, as Karen says, fantastic. You learn by doing. That's why those quizzes and other things are like that are very useful. Put them in there as well. That's what you would do, and include that into as the lesson that you create. Now, obviously, each lesson will vary depending on what it is, what it's supposed to be doing for you. But you need to think about this and plan it out beforehand. Don't just regurgitate stuff that you've learned and copy and paste it from documents that you used before and go, yeah, this is it. This is what I want to do. Boom. Think about what you're sending people. Because if they learn from you, if they like your style, if they love the way that you deliver, if they love the fact that they're learning from you, they are not going to keep quiet about it. They're going to tell anybody who cares to listen. They're going to say, oh, wow, this person, fantastic, gave me a great understanding of what AI tools that I can use right now, and that I can actually go and skill myself up so that I can actually make sure I look after my future and my family's future by getting into AI and progressing. I'm not going to hide under a stone. I'm not going to put my head in the sand. I know AI is here. It's up to me to leverage that knowledge and also act upon it and take action to secure my future and my family's future. Wow, they were amazing. Here's the link. Right? You want to have impact with your courses. The end result is not the creation of the course. The end result is not the creation of the membership. The end result is having engagement, two-way engagement, hopefully, and having a positive impact on your community. Because if you can achieve that and then keep on nurturing that, not only will your students and your community develop and grow, you yourself as a creator will develop and grow with them. Remember I said yesterday, find 1,000 people who follow you, and they will stick with you and buy things from you on average, say $100 a year. Okay, hands up who wants $100,000 this year. Right? So think about it with the end in mind. What are you trying to achieve? It's not about making money. It's about creating and nurturing a membership, a following, a movement, a tribe of people who like the way you teach, and they love the fact that you have skills, knowledge, and experience that they can learn from, that they themselves can move on with what they're trying to do. Whether it's playing the guitar, learning how to drive, learning how to read, to speak another language even. Whatever it is, you have to have that end in mind. And this is where, when you create the courses, really focus on the content and the structure and the flow. You don't have to fully get it all ready at first, but get the mindset ready. Think about it from the point of view of the consumer, the member of your tribe. Okay? All right. Yeah, absolutely, Karen. It's important to know our market. Yeah, this is it. All roads lead back to marketing, and then hopefully to sales. Therefore, let's go back, and what I said to you a minute ago was that, great, I've just shown you different ways in which you can add in different types of information. Viewing PDFs, downloading slides, etc., etc. Audio clips, text, etc. All right. Now, one of the things that I want to do is, I mentioned about the videos, okay? And some of you may or may not know how to download videos from, how to have videos in Groove. So I'm going to give you a very quick dive into that. so that you are able to do it. Now, we are going to have a separate 5-day challenge in terms of Groove Video, probably around about June, I believe. But today's a very quick dip into it. All right. Therefore, if we go to Groove Video, and I'm going to go to Library, or you can go to Add New. Okay, let's go to Add New right there. Add New. And with this, I've got a couple of links on here, and I'll explain what they are. Those are YouTube videos. Okay, and those YouTube videos, for example, if I go here and put in the Introduction to AI, that's right. What category is it? Well, actually, it's to do with, let's call it default. It's fine. Okay, this is a YouTube video. What is the URL? Well, that's it there. Now, what you can do is, you need to save this video, upload it to YouTube, but have it as an unlisted video. Not private, not public. Unlisted. What it does is, it then takes that video, brings it into the Groove system, and then stops the ads from playing. It also means it doesn't share the link to that video with anybody on your platform, which means that they can't then share your training and say, hey, have a look at this YouTube channel, right? No, it's more secure that way. If you want to be very secure, there are other ways of doing it, like through Amazon storage and so on. Okay, but look, this is fine. Let's save it. And with this, look, this is the video that you saw earlier on, and the title. So in this one, I'm going to call it test, okay? Because I'm going to delete this afterwards. Default category, I can put in the description in here. Yeah, we know what that is. Let's leave the primary color, secondary colors fine. If you've got a separate thumbnail that you want to show, and again, let's put this butterfly. Yeah, that might it'll help us remember. Brilliant. That looks beautiful, doesn't it? Okay. Do you want the watermark? So choose a watermark. What watermark do you want? Well, let's find the Groove logo, and then let's just have it. Yeah, that's fine. 176 is good. Okay. And where do you want the position to be? Let's go to bottom right hand corner. Okay. So it's going to put, as the video is playing, it's going to put a watermark in that corner there. Then finally, what happens at the end of when the video stops playing? Well, let's just click on this. Just end the video. That's fine. Okay. Save and next. What else are we going to put on here? To be honest with you, I'm not going to show you anything else on here. Oh, okay, look, I love this. Select an animation. Ta-da! See that? It just pops up every couple of seconds. All right, that's fine. That's what I'm going to show you on there. Save and next. Again, the 5-day challenge that we have for Groove Video, we're going to be covering a lot of this on there. I'm not going to show you on that. Save and next. Done. That's it. And there's nothing else I need to do. Let's save this and exit. Okay. Now, if I go back to GrooveMember and courses and our AI course, and you see on here, go to the outline, you've got lesson 1 in there, and you've got module there. So if I go to plus where the module is, I want to add another lesson. Okay, and then it says lesson name. So in this case, let's go to edit, and we can say, right, let's do lesson 2. So image tools. Okay, so I can add a description on here. I can even change the featured image, and I'll change this to let's go to that laptop there. That's fine. All right. There's a laptop. Save it. And look, there's a laptop there. That's fine. Now, if I come over here, what's the headline? AI images. All you need to know. Now, you can actually add some text in there. In this case, I'm just going to get rid of this one here, to get rid of this text over here. I don't really want that there. I'm going to edit this video. Edit the video. And what's the last video that I used? Oh, test introduction to AI. Yes, please select. And select. And there it is. Therefore, within minutes, you've just uploaded a YouTube video, which is unlisted, added a little ta-da button onto it, and then put it into your lesson. Perfectly simple. And here you can add in the other things that we looked at before, like the downloads and the PDF. So let's add in a download, and this time we're going to add in a, what shall we add in? Yeah, so I don't know. Here we go. A slideshow PDF, or a slide deck rather. Okay, that's it. So you can add in text, you can add in pictures, you can add in other videos, you can do a number of different things on there. And let's save it. Now notice that on here it says 02 lessons completed. So when somebody views this as the student, then when they finish one lesson and they can mark it complete, then it will say 1 of 2 lessons completed, right? You get the idea. A lot of you will have been on this before. But look, that's it. I've done 2 lessons there now. What does it look like in different sizes? Well, that's what it looks like on a tablet, and that's what it looks like on a mobile. It's not too shabby at all. It's very good, to be honest. Okay. Now, let's go to outline. You've got 1 module, 2 lessons. That's brilliant. Now, here's a good way where you say, all of my modules are going to be like that or similar to it. I just need to change a video and a picture and so on, but that's the structure I want. Okay, let's go to modules, 3 dots, clone. And so within a couple of minutes, you have a module there, which is called module 1. All right. And you've got a clone module, which you're going to say, right, practical exercises. There you go. And there you go. So, and then underneath, you've got 2 lessons under each one. You get the idea that if you create a structure and say, yeah, this is a type of structure I want, you can clone it, whether it's a lesson, whether it's a chapter, or whether it's a module. And everything within that will then be cloned. All right? Therefore, that's brilliant. Now, quite simply, folks, that is how to create a course. Any questions? Karen, we've covered a lot of ground today, and I think that the basics are there. I'm just going to go back to the list of the things that we've covered, and I'm going to see if there's anything that we want to cover off today. So if I just have a look at my screen on here, And what have we covered today? We built our first online course. I talked to you about the design of it. It's not just practical design, but thinking it through, laying it out, and the mindset about what you're doing, why you're doing it, who you're doing it for. We looked at the structure of it, the modules, the chapters, the lessons. To start off with, just go with modules and lessons. All right? And also the flow of the content. We looked at it with different types of information, and you can swap them around as well. We didn't really take a good look at that, but you can change the order of things as well. And also the idea of lesson creation, meaning that you can quickly spin up a lesson just like that by cloning one and then making a few changes to it, where you change the picture, you change the video in it. Maybe you have courses which are video only and nothing else. So in fact, it's easy to clone each lesson, but just swap the video inside it. Very straightforward. Okay. Now, I think that we're going to call. I'm going to call it a hold there. But Karen's got a couple of things to chat with you about, and also we look at complete course creation. We're going to look at this more. We'll take a look at it tomorrow before we do the memberships. We'll take a little bit more look at lessons tomorrow, the courses tomorrow, and then we're going to look at memberships. Okay. So tomorrow, what we have is we're going to look at the trainers, the files, the portals. Well, we looked at that already, a lot of it already. How to create a membership site and then add the online training courses. This is why tomorrow I'm going to go and get you to duplicate a course. So you've got two courses, all right? And then also about visibility, drip feeding and upsells and so on. So there's a few things that we need to look at there. And so Karen, that is today. That is what we've covered. That is what we're going to look at tomorrow. Do you have any questions? And I want to pass it over to you. So any questions on that at all from your point of view?
No, I don't have any questions, and everyone seems you must have done a super awesome job because I don't have any questions in our comment box. That's a great way of getting you started, getting the community started and building out those courses, which is so important. And that's going to give you that passive income, when you have your own membership, and then you have your own group of people that you can talk to directly. And like you said, it's so important to know your market or know your audience and learning how they learn and how they absorb or take in information, because that's going to be a determining factor in how you're going to deliver your information when you make it in your course. So appreciate it, Nick. Do appreciate all that you do.
Thank you so much. Thank you again for being a wonderful program director. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Karen, take it away.
All right. Well, we want to thank Nick once again. And we're so glad that you are here and that you have learned something today. Now, this, day one, not day one, but day two, but actually getting really, really into GrooveMember and how you use that app to move forward and build your course for you. Now, just to let you know, if you are new to our Groove Asia community, you can find this information. You can go to you can go to facebook.com/groups/Groove Asia CM. So that's facebook.com/groups/Groove Asia CM. And then here we're going to have the recordings. The recordings here, also they're going to be on YouTube. So if you missed the first day, you can always go back and watch the first day. But in the groups that we have, we also have a pages, which is facebook.com/Groove Asia CM. But in the groups, you have guides, you have files that you can, from previous 5-day challenges that you can look at. We have guides that you can look at also. And the recordings of these 5-day challenges are going to be stored here along with on our YouTube channel. And any other events that we have coming up, which we do, you can find on here too. One event that we have coming up is which will be posted on here. So when it gets on here, most definitely you can sign up for it also, which is Make Your First Dollar Online, but that will be posted in this group. So go to our Facebook group, get all the information. You'll be notified of all the things that are aware, at least, of all the things that we have here in Groove Asia that's going to be coming up. So you too can be a part of it and continue your learning journey. Okay. So until next time, I do thank you for being with us. Hopefully you join us here tomorrow. This will be the same time, the same channel, and we're going to go continue on with day 3. And we have a lot more to cover. So hopefully that you'll be here with us tomorrow for day 3, and you'll be able to expand your learning in that capacity and continue moving on or grooving on the platform. So until next time, you have a great rest of your day, and we will see you tomorrow at day 3 of the 5-day challenge. Bye-bye.
Hi, this is Simon Liang with GrooveAsia.cm. Are you already a part of the #1 community in the world? If not, do so right now for free training and support, along with 5 sessions to help you succeed. Start now by joining us in our private Facebook group and get more exclusive video content on our YouTube channel. Make sure to like and subscribe with notifications turned on for all updates. Join our community right now. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you on the inside at GrooveAsia.cm.